If you live with a nervous rescue dog, you will know how much the small things matter. Progress usually does not come from one big fix. It comes from small, calm, repeated moments that help your dog feel safe. That is what this video is about. Why calm routines matter, what science suggests, and what you can start doing at home. Welcome to Calm Tales Studio. This channel was inspired by our 4 rescue dogs, all of whom came to us nervous in different ways and needed calm, steady routines to help them feel safe and settled. Research gives us some useful guidance here. A lot of the strongest evidence comes from shelter and kennel studies. Those studies show that unfamiliar environments, reduced control, and sudden change can all increase stress in dogs. That matters because many rescue dogs have lived through exactly that kind of disruption. So let's break down what calm routines actually mean and why they can help. When a dog is nervous, the world can feel unpredictable. And for many rescue dogs, life has already involved a lot of change. New people, new places, new sounds, new expectations. Research on kenneled dogs shows that these environments can raise stress levels, especially in the early stages. That does not mean every rescue dog will struggle in the same way, but it does help explain why predictability matters so much. A calm routine gives a dog repeated signals. This is where I rest. This is when I eat. This is what happens before bedtime. This person is safe. You are reducing uncertainty, and for a nervous dog, that can be powerful. A calm routine is not just about having a quiet house. It is about doing things in a predictable way. Your dog starts to learn the pattern of the day. The walk tends to happen around the same time. Rest happens in the same place. Bedtime feels familiar. Calm activities repeat in ways the dog can begin to anticipate. A 2022 review of environmental enrichment in dogs reported benefits like reduced stress, more relaxed behavior, and less unwanted behavior in some settings. So the goal is not to create a perfect day, it is to create a recognizable day. The first building block is a safe resting place. That might be a bed in a quiet corner, an open crate, if your dog already likes crate spaces, a blanket in a predictable spot, or a low-traffic room for rest time. Dogs need somewhere they can settle without constantly scanning the environment. Research on calming items and enrichment has found that calming items can help reduce stress-related behavior. That does not mean one bed or one blanket solves anxiety on its own, but it does support the idea that the environment around the dog matters. So if your dog has finally started using a rest space, try not to keep changing it. Familiarity helps. The second building block is calm human contact. For many nervous dogs, routines are not just about the room, they are also about the person. A well-known shelter study found that human interaction helped reduce the cortisol response in shelter dogs. That does not mean constant fussing. It means calm, predictable, low-pressure contact. Sitting nearby, soft voice, slow movement, letting the dog approach, becoming a safe part of the environment. Trust is often built through repeated quiet moments. The third building block is calm enrichment. Enrichment does not always need to mean excitement. It can also mean soothing activity. Things like lick mats, scatter feeding, snuffle mats, calm food puzzles, or quiet chewing time. A 2023 study found that feeding enrichment supported natural feeding behavior and reduced unwanted behavior and cortisol over time in the dogs studied. That does not mean every enrichment toy is calming for every dog. Some toys create more arousal, but gentle food-based activities can be a very good part of a calm routine when they match the dog. The fourth building block is reward-based learning, not pressure. If a dog is already nervous, adding fear or harsh correction is likely to work against the outcome you want. A 2020 study found that dogs trained with aversive methods showed more stress-related behaviors and higher cortisol increases than dogs trained with reward-based methods. That matters because nervous rescue dogs usually need more confidence, not more pressure. So calm routines work best when they are built around reward, repetition, clarity, patience, and low-conflict communication. The fifth building block is gradual alone time work. A lot of nervous dogs struggle when people leave. That is especially common when they are newly adopted or still building security in the home. Here again, calm routine becomes really important. The strongest treatment approaches for separation-related problems focus on behavior modification, especially systematic desensitization and counterconditioning. That means start small. Build in tiny successful steps, avoid pushing too far too fast, and pair alone time cues with calm, safe experiences. Music is not the whole routine, but it can be one useful part of it. Research suggests that auditory enrichment can support welfare in some settings, and some studies have found that certain music styles can reduce stress-related behavior in kenneled dogs. The safest takeaway is this: gentle, low-stimulation sound may help some dogs when it is part of a wider, calm environment. So for a nervous rescue dog, calming music may help most when it is paired with the same rest space, the same time of day, the same quiet cues, and the same low-pressure setup. In real life, a calm routine might look like this. In the morning, a predictable toilet break, a gentle walk or quiet movement, breakfast, then calm enrichment or rest. In the afternoon, low-pressure interaction, a safe rest area always available, short confidence-building sessions with rewards, and quiet downtime. In the evening, lights lower, stimulation comes down, the bed space is ready, soft sound or piano if that suits your dog, and the same bedtime flow most nights. It does not need to be perfect, it just needs to become familiar. A calm routine is not a cure-all. If your dog is showing severe panic, persistent distress, self-injury, extreme separation problems, or significant fear around daily life, it is worth speaking to a qualified vet or behavior professional. Routine helps, but some dogs need more support than routine alone. If you live with a nervous rescue dog, the most encouraging thing to remember is this: progress often looks boring before it looks dramatic. A dog choosing the same bed, settling 5 minutes sooner, reacting a little less, sleeping more deeply, recovering faster after a stressor. That is often what healing looks like, and that is why calm routines matter. If this video helped, subscribe to Calm Tales Studio for more calming support, music, and simple practical guidance for dogs and their humans.